Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. I have been playing a lot of app games lately, and you guys know me, I love games with food in them. And I've fallen in love with one recently called Farm Heroes. They just came out with their new game, Farm Heroes Super Saga. I really enjoyed playing this game and worked with King Games, who supported this video, to make some treats today. For those of you who might not be familiar with Farm Heroes, it's a farming themed match game. It's very fun and easy to play. You need to match 3 cropsies to collect them and put them in your crate. And if you get 4 cropsies in a 4 square, they become super cropsies. And in this case, bigger is better. You can also get more points this way. So in honor of the new game, today we are gonna be making cropsy themed cookies. Let's get started. The recipe that we're gonna be making today is a vanilla almond homemade cookie recipe. This one is from the Nerdy Nummies cookbook. The things you will need will be 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of almond meal, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 sticks of salted butter at room temperature, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 2 eggs. Then you will also need some different cookie cutters for the cropsy characters. In the game, they are so cute. Over here, I've got a water drop cookie cutter, a plum, banana, pear, carrot. I think this one was technically a strawberry, but it looks just fine as a carrot. And a little tomato. Now let's put it all together. The first thing that we're gonna do in a medium bowl, we are gonna whisk together our dry ingredients. Flour, almond meal, salty, baking powder, and nutmeg. Then whisk together till well combined, and then we're gonna set it off to the side. Next, in a large mixing bowl, we are gonna cream together our butter and sugar. We are gonna mix together until everything is light and fluffy. Now we're gonna mix in our eggs one at a time. Add your first egg, mix it up, then scrape down the sides, add your second egg, mix it up, and scrape down the sides. After we've mixed in our eggs, we're gonna add both of our extracts, vanilla and almond, then mix together till well combined. Everything's mixed together, and now we are gonna add our dry ingredients to our butter mixture. I'm gonna be adding it half at a time so it won't create a big dust cloud. Mix together, scrape down the sides, then pour the other half in, mix together, and scrape down the sides. Our cookie dough is now ready. I've divided it into 2 parts. We are gonna shape the dough into 2 discs and wrap them up with food-safe plastic wrap, and then pop these in the fridge for about 1 hour to chill. Our dough is ready. It has chilled in the fridge, and now we are gonna roll it out. And I've got it right here. We've got to unwrap it, and I'm gonna do a little bit of what I call baking flair. Just grab it like this and give it a tug. We're gonna take a little pinch of flour, sprinkle it down on top of the surface so that the dough won't stick. Put a little flour on top, a little flour on my rolling pin, and then I'm gonna roll it out about 1/4 inch thick. All right, this is looking good. I've got all the cookie cutters over here, and we're gonna cut out as many as you can. I'm gonna start with the little plum. I'm gonna place it right here on top of a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. And I'll do a little carrot, a tomato. There's plenty of cookie dough to make many of these little cropsies, but I'm just placing 6 cropsies on each baking sheet so they have plenty of room. After you have your cookies on your baking sheet, you're gonna pop these into the freezer for 10 minutes to set, and then we're gonna bake them. You're gonna heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake for about 12 to 13 minutes. Once your cookies have baked and had plenty of time to cool, now it's time to decorate. Over here, I've got a bunch of royal icing in different plastic baggies with tips at the end for a little bit more design control. The colors that I dyed the royal icing are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, light brown, and this is very dark brown. Over here on this cutting board, I've got one of each type of cropsy cookie, and the first thing that we're gonna do is pipe an outline. So I'm gonna start with blue, and we're gonna do the little water drop character. Just pipe an outline all the way around. Then we're gonna pipe outlines on each of our cookies using the correct colors. On some of the fruits and vegetables, I'm not gonna pipe the stems. Once your cookies are outlined, I've let them sit out for just a few minutes so that the outline layer of royal icing hardens a little bit so it will hold shape. Now we're gonna fill them in, which in baking world is called flooding. I like to make zigzags back back and forth, and then using a toothpick, moving the icing around so that it's all touching, all connecting. Then we're gonna fill in the rest of our cookies, continuing to match the colors. After you've filled in all the cookies, again, you're gonna wanna let them set for a few minutes. I like to take my finger and gently touch the top, and if I feel that it's hardened and dry, I know I can decorate some more. Now I'm gonna take my white royal icing. I'm gonna pipe all of their little eyeballs. All of the eyeballs for the different Cropsy characters are different, so I'm just looking on my phone and trying to match what they look like. Time for more decoration details on the eyes. We're gonna be piping irises and the pupils on each little character. It's just good to note that their iris is gonna be the same color as their body. Lastly, I'm taking a little bit of white royal icing and I'm just putting a little dot on each eyeball. These are so cute. They're really starting to look like the Cropsies. Look at their little face. Aww. But they're not done yet. We have a few more details. Again, using the dark brown, I'm gonna pipe a line on top of each eyelid, just giving it a little bit more personality and definition. And our little plum gets some eyelashes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. These are starting to look adorable. We just finished the eyes. Now we are gonna decorate the mouth. All of our characters are going to get a light brown mouth with a top line of dark brown for definition. And some of the characters will get a little white royal icing for their teeth. Final decoration step is we are gonna ice the little stems on all the little Cropsy characters. Remember, the water does not have a stem, and the pear is the only one that we are gonna be icing brown, but the rest of them are all green. Ta-da! Here are the Cropsy themed cookies from the new game Farm Hero Super Saga that we made today. Each little Cropsy has its own personality. The two that are my favorite that I think I'm the most like are the pear and the banana. The banana is excitable and a little bit crazy, and the pear is sassy, feisty, and kind. If you guys play the game, let me know in the comments down below which little Cropsy personality you are most like. Maybe you're like the carrot, who is confident, cheeky, and happy. I'll be taking lots of pictures of these cookies and posting them on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter, and if you guys make these, please take a picture and send it to me. I just love seeing your baking creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. A big thank you to King Games for supporting and collaborating with me to make this video. If you guys are interested in checking out this cute game, I'll be putting a link down below. And if you have any other ideas for any other nerdy nummies, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to make it happen. All right, thanks again, you guys. Bye-bye.